You're on CYInterview.
I'm Christianic. Today we're here at the Wynn Las Vegas Hotel and Casino with one of our old favorite past frequent CYInterview guests, the man himself, Archie Luxury, Paul Pluta, the man who knows everything about watches in the world. Paul, welcome to Las Vegas. How are you, sir?
Hey, I am fantastic. I'm in the greatest part of America, I think.
You are in the greatest part of America. So here's my question. So since you've been here in America, aside from Las Vegas, what do you think about the watch scene in America?
Look, the watch scene in America is incredible. I've basically this is my first trip ever to America. I landed in San Francisco, went to LA, then I went to Denver, then I went to Texas, then New York, and finally Vegas. So some very key spots there. The watch scene in America is incredible. It's different to the rest of the world in many ways, but it is a very, very fast happening industry.
What do you think of the watch scene in Las Vegas that you've been able to see in your short time here so far?
Sorry, the watches?
What do you think about the watch scene that you've seen so far in Las Vegas in your short time here so far?
I got to tell you, the watch scene in Vegas here, it's very interesting. They have some fantastic boutiques. They have some fantastic selection. The big problem is, if you're not careful, you will buy the wrong thing, you'll pay too much, and you will get a sour taste in your mouth. It's very sad to say this. I'm staying in a $600, $800 hotel room, and it's surreal. This is like the true Vegas experience. It's total luxury, but if I accidentally touch the nuts on the snack bar, it's $25. And that's the kind of mistakes that a normal punter, they can be lulled into this sense of luxury and excess, and the honest truth is, most 99% of the things you see for sale and available, you don't want to buy.
What have you noticed among Americans in all these different cities as far as the kind of watches they wear?
Look, the big thing is with Americans, they are very much into a lot of the hype watches, and I've got to be honest with you. I think the real bargains in watches is by finding what you like and researching your topic. Time is money and information is money. I'll give you a classic example. You could go to Park Avenue, you could go to Rodeo Drive, you could go to the Strip in Vegas. There's beautiful displays, beautiful things. But you don't just go in there as a lamb to the slaughter. You need to do your research. You need to find out what the true I'll give you a classic example. Breguet, beautiful brand. They invented the tourbillon. They invented so many firsts in the watch industry. Beautiful pieces, beautiful boutiques. Buy it secondhand, half price. Bargain, bargain, bargain. You need to have a look, but not be lulled into buying something at the wrong price. You've got to be very careful, because at the end of the day, one thing is about the American experience. And this is what you've got to remember. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. That is the number one god that I've found in America. It's money, money, money. And if you are foolish, haven't invested time, haven't done your research, well, you'll pay too much. That means you've got less money for your Cadillac, less money for your pool, less money for taking the wife out, less money for taking your mistress out, less money. It's all about money. That is the meaning of life.
Have you seen any discounts in any of these watch stores in America so far?
I got to tell you something. America is so weird. To be completely honest, if I can speak freely to
you, are always allowed to.
All the watch stores, they're cookie cutter. I could be in Singapore. I could be in London. I could be in Australia. I could be in New York. Cookie cutter, cookie cutter, cookie cutter. And I've got to be totally honest with you. I've never realized it without coming here. There's so much bullshit in America. What Americans do is they intimidate you. Okay? So what do you mean by intimidate? Intimidate. What I mean is they make it so that it's rude to ask for a discount. Like I went to a restaurant, the Ralph Lauren Polo bar restaurant. Apparently, it's a 3-year wait to get in. I had never heard of such nonsense in my life. You can't get into... In my country, you can get in anywhere you like. You just pay the price. I mean, the food's expensive, but the thing is in America, it's all about you feel shy to ask. And this is where you really go wrong. The American experience is they don't want you asking for discounts. They don't want you asking for what can you do. You got to know a guy who knows a guy to even get in the door. And when you're in the door, it's really frowned upon to ask for discounts. And this is a mistake because at the end of the day in America, it's all about money. We want more money for your Cadillac. We want more money for your jacuzzi. We want more money for your wife. We want more money for your mistress. More money, more money, more money. That's the meaning. So we've got to have as much money as possible to win this game of life. The one with the most money wins. So if we're paying full price for a Breguet, we like to see a nice gold Breguet, what that means is we may not be able to take our girlfriend away for a weekend at Vegas at Circus. We've wasted that. We've paid full price. We've paid a couple $1,000s too much. We could have had a romantic adventure with a beautiful young lady at Circus, gone to a show and had a weekend to remember. And this is the problem is you've got to do your research. Americans, very much intimidation. You're too scared to even ask for anything. I've never seen it before, and it's frightening. You can very quickly lose the game of life, meaning getting as much stuff as possible. See, we start off with $200 when we're born. Then we go around the board. The smart people, they start owning the hotels in Park Avenue, whereas the fools, they start using rent to buy places. They start to getting payday loans and other things like that. So you've got to win this game of life. It's so important. This is the competition. We're given certain obstacles. There is no fairness. There is no justice. But at the end of the day, we need to know we've got bang per buck. This is what we want. Bang per buck. Bang per buck. Unfortunately, I've got to be totally honest with you. There's absolutely nothing I would actually buy on this trip. Your dollar is far crazy high. Okay, so at the moment, Australian dollar, we've got parity. In the past, we've had parity. Now, we're talking one Aussie dollar is 60 cents. Oh my God, and if I go on my credit card, it's not going to be 60 cents, probably be 58 cents after they use their mid-rate conversion techniques. Very expensive, no discounts. Sure, you've got beautiful displays, but you know what? I want to win this game of life you Americans taught us Aussies. Australia's got a lot to be grateful for America. You helped us in World War II because the British walked out. You guys helped us in many, many pursuits. And I got to tell you, I've learned we want to have as much stuff as possible. The person with the most stuff wins. I got to win this game. So there's absolutely nothing I'd buy on this trip. The dollar's too strong. You got no discounts. And you use intimidation to get people to pay crazy prices.
Quick question for you on the experience of this trip. Have you asked for a discount yet?
I've been very fortunate because I've had many fans who've actually covered everything.
So if you haven't had anything that you've had to buy for yourself or thought about buying for yourself, hey, maybe I should ask for a discount?
That's a really good question. You know what? No, I haven't. Nothing I've needed to buy.
Okay, so then moving forward here, Las Vegas, we're at the Wynn, one of the premier resorts here on the Las Vegas Strip. Have you noticed some tourists with very expensive watches? Do you look when you're walking through hotels and different venues, do you look at people's watches?
I got to tell you, the Wynn has an amazing selection. I've saw Patek, gold Patek, more hype models. But there's many. Yes, I do. This is top. I'll be honest with you. The Wynn, from what I've seen of this hotel, this is one of my favorite hotels for many historic reasons. This is a hotel that Howard Hughes used to have his, was it the Desert Inn, I think?
Correct. It was the Desert Inn before it became the Wynn here. When they demolished the Desert Inn and Steve Wynn built the Wynn here.
He used to walk out on the golf course. So that's the golf course that I can see. That means a lot to me because he's one of my role models, Howard Hughes. Everyone thought he was insane at the time. He was complaining about the nuclear testing here. He was getting angry. and he turned out not to be as insane as I think he was a visionary, far ahead of his time. He's always been a great role model of mine, Howard Hughes, and to stay in the space that he was in is incredible.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same property land that the Wynn is currently on right now. So, final question: how would you sum up your whole American visit in all these different cities? What do you think is the most positive thing that you can take away from being here in America?
I got to tell you, that's a very good question. My trip to America, fantastic. One word to describe it: excess. Fantastic excess. But let me give you one throwback. You can get one nugget. Kindness. A lot of people are nasty in this place. And I've found by using a bit of manners, when I went through TSA, a lot of the workers there are not wasps. So if you give them respect, they're actually quite nice. I try to give kindness to people. I'll give you, if you don't mind, if I give you a small example.
Sure, of course.
So I had a lot of gifts, pastries, chocolates, biscuits given to me every step of the way. I've shared a lot of these gifts with hotel maids and staff. I like to just, doesn't cost me anything to be nice to people. You get so much more. I even went for a therapeutic massage in New York there, and I gave the girl a bag of gourmet premium cookies, and there were certain benefits there which were not on the menu normally. And I've got to say, a bit of kindness, a few nice words. You know, one thing, I was in San Francisco and I said to this guy, gee, he had an Audi Q5 SUV. I said, that's a beautiful car. He said, you've really made my day saying you like my car. Most people here are so nasty and stingy, they won't give a compliment because they don't want to give him joy. And I think a lot of things in this wonderful country cost nothing. To make people happy or smile is as simple as a few polite words, maybe a packet of biscuits, and you bring out such happiness from these people.
Well, I'm going to say to you, thank you for your time today. It was the joy of being with you today and talking with you. That was free, and thank you so much for coming to America, Archie.